Good morning, PotCoins. Today is Sunday, 6 July 2014. We are currently on block 335588 of the Pot chain. This past Friday, Americans observed Dependence Day, where we celebrated our socialist oppressors and our dependence on them. Many are still incorrectly referring to the holiday as Independence Day, in an attempt to celebrate something that Americans are strongly against. There is no market demand for independence. We don't have independence because we don't want it. We get what we want. We wanted to smoke pot, and we did, even while it's still illegal in most places. Since there was a demand, it was met. But instead of independence, the majority of Americans have created a demand for dependence on the government with socialist programs like Social Security, socialized healthcare, welfare, public schools, and many others. People don't want the responsibility of taking care of themselves. Instead, they want the government to provide everything for them, all at the expense of future generations. Any American currently paying any taxes on anything is paying off debts from before they were born. And apparently, that's the way that we want it. This bleak trend is slowly beginning to change. There is a growing demand for money not regulated by the government, a currency that is not guaranteed to lose value over time. So we are starting to gain a demand for financial freedom. And if we want it, we'll get it, legal or not. There's also an increasing resentment towards people getting unearned and undeserved income at the expense of others, whether it be welfare recipients, bankers, or politicians. Maybe someday there will be a demand for freedom and self-sufficiency like there was back in 1776. While I don't support dependence on the government, I still took the holiday as an opportunity to shoot fireworks out of my grenade launcher. Here's a clip. Hey, NSA, are you watching this? Of course you are. Say hello to my little friend. Winston Churchill said, "Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others." I have to agree. While I am not free, at least I have a grenade launcher. The Android wallet has been updated. I, unfortunately, do not have an Android device, so I was not able to play with the new wallet. But from the screenshots, it looks much better than the previous version, and now it gives the option to display amounts in POT or USD. Other than that, it looks like PotCoin took a break for the holiday, and I don't have anything else to report at this time. I'm sure there'll be much more news to come by next week. The DEA grows more pot. Recently, the DEA has upped its limit for growing pot from 21 kilos annually to 650 kilos, or about 1,433 pounds. The pot is being grown for research purposes in an attempt to find negative effects. Cultivation is still illegal under federal law, so the DEA is violating federal law. If it's illegal for an individual to grow, then it should be illegal for the DEA to grow. And they should be punished accordingly. While I believe that growing is not a crime, the government believes that it is. And they also believe that they are above the law. They have the power to do anything and everything that you as an individual cannot, such as grow pot, steal from you, violently assault you, put you in a cage, spy on you, and even murder you if they feel like it, all without consequence. If laws don't apply to government, we can never have any type of justice. We should all realize that if it's illegal for an individual, it should be illegal for the government. Overstock gives incentives to suppliers accepting Bitcoin. This is a huge move from the online retailer that was previously criticized for instantly converting Bitcoins to fiat. Now they are holding and using Bitcoins. With less need to operate in fiat, the crypto economy can grow much faster. And the sooner everyone can get away from failing currencies like the US dollar, the better off everyone will be. NewEgg finally accepts Bitcoin. BitPay and NewEgg have partnered together to let customers pay with Bitcoin. NewEgg has said it will be converting its Bitcoins to fiat instantly, which may be a turnoff to some hardcore Bitcoiners. But just like with Overstock, they will likely and quickly realize that converting to fiat is counterproductive, and will hopefully get some of its suppliers to accept Bitcoins, which will further the growth of the crypto economy. Europe says wait. The European Banking Authority has said that banks should not hold, buy, or sell any cryptocurrency until told when, where, how, and with who by the EBA. While this guidance may slow the growth and adoption of cryptocurrencies in Europe, it really only affects banks. And the beauty of cryptocurrencies is that they are not dependent on banks. Overall, this is a good thing. Banks will just be left behind when they can't adapt. The attempt to slow cryptos is only going to push banks out of an emerging market. This week's Business of the Week does not accept PotCoin or any other currency. It's Marc Emery Direct Seeds, and they're out of business and have been since 2005. Marc Emery was one of the world's largest seed distributors until the US DEA decided that they didn't like his political views. Marc used the majority of his profits to support legalization movements, and despite paying almost $600,000 in taxes from 1999 to 2005 to the Canadian government, his weak and spineless government did nothing to protect him from the oppressive and corrupt US government. Instead, they served him up on a silver platter to the US, where he was put in a cage. Marc has been in that cage since September of 2010. And tomorrow, Monday, 7 July, he is eligible for early release. The Prince of Pot, as he's been called, is responsible for Cannabis Culture Magazine, the Freedom Party of Ontario, the Marijuana Party of Canada, and the BC Marijuana Party. Given his activism in the past, it seems likely that he will continue his efforts to legalize pot. But where can he go from here? Obviously, he's not welcome in the US. And considering his Canadian government betrayed him, I would understand not wanting to go back there either. Maybe he can try Europe next, or possibly South America. Wherever he ends up, I hope that he gets into PotCoin. I believe he can bring PotCoin into the legalization movement better than anyone else at this time. So hopefully he does get an early release from his unjust prison sentence for a victimless crime imposed on him by Team America World Police. For more info, check the links below. That's all for this edition of Mad PotCoins. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Say hello to my little friend.